You are listening to Fantha Tracks.
Rolling. Don't use any of this. Don't.
Okay, carry 3.
They love you. You know.
This is Princess Leia Organa. You're listening to Planet Leia.
Permission is granted to land on Planet Leia. Brought to you by Fantha Tracks. Here are your hosts, Clair Henry and Johanna Nybelius.
Welcome to our latest episode of Planet Leia. My name's Clair Henry and I'm joined by my co-host
Johanna, Lindén, Nybelius from Sweden, where it's already totally dark.
Going back to what we're talking about, it's wonderful to see it so popular because
In a way, you do miss when it was a bit smaller, when you were a bit more niche and, you were happy to find, yay, someone I can talk Star Wars to.
But it's everywhere now.
In a way, yeah. I'm not complaining that it's big now, but it's, you can be a bit nostalgic about, for me, the golden era of being a fangirl for Star Wars was really, say, 2005 to 2015. Because there were all the celebrations, you had so much fun.
Yeah,
the universe was launched, you started to get a lot of merchandise.
Yeah.
Sure, you had the Basher and Gusher wars of 99 and 2000 over the prequels, but you didn't have all this toxic fandom that you have today that you got with the sequels. And no matter what, if we've been into this, the sequels are maybe not our thing, but you don't need to be toxic about it. But you always have this. And as a woman, it's hard to see that you don't have there are patriarchal reasons for why you have so much backlash towards Star Wars nowadays.
I know a lot of people say there's a lot of mansplaining going on and all that sort of stuff. If you can hold your own in a conversation, I find that I get nothing but the utmost respect.
Yeah.
And people are really nice about it. They're quite shocked at the start and then they sort of go, oh my God, actually, you know quite a lot about Star Wars.
Yeah.
And oh, you've done that. Oh, you've been here and you've gone here and you've done that. Yeah. All done and dusted. And I think in that way, I haven't had what other female fans have said, where people have written them off because they're women. I've not witnessed that, but I don't know whether that's because of who I've chosen to be with.
Yeah, that definitely. And as I said, my closest Star Wars friends, I've always had a group of other female fans around me. We did things together. So for me, it's definitely been a group of females doing Star Wars together. I mean, you have heard the stories about they being brushed off or that you have been bullied because you're a Star Wars nerd and girls shouldn't like nerdy stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was bullied and I'm not going to go on about it. It wasn't particularly nice and it did carry on right through into my university years just by various people. But actually, I think it was because I owned myself. I was very proud to be a Star Wars nerd. I was very proud to be a nerd, and it didn't really bother me that much in that sense that, oh, you one of them then? Oh, a bit of a tease. I was like, yeah, whatever. Get over yourself. And then Steve Jobs comes round and then the word nerd becomes cool.
And that's also a general thing, not a Star Wars thing. You had Comic-Con in Stockholm, and it's now been going for something a bit more than 10 years in that kind of convention. But it was so interesting how things have really changed and how girls and women are taking so much more space in the fandom community.
Yeah.
And here I will say, not always in a good way, because I remember when I went to the first Comic-Cons and you had all these action figures, you had all this Star Wars stuff, and now it was like everything was pink and fluffy and Asian. And I was like,
no.
Yes, they are cute, but it's not what I want. There is definitely a shift. I mean, it was really pink and fluffy. Can definitely be pink and fluffy from time to time, and I can see the attraction to it. And there were definitely some really cute jewelry, hair accessories, things like that. I was close to buying them, like, yes, you will buy them now, and then you won't wear them ever, because you have gone from cute and fluffy to other styles right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's also a thing, and it felt like even on the stages that you had, there are so many women showing off. I only checked program. I didn't go there myself. The one stage at the Comic-Con Stockholm where I felt, okay, that was the one that was quite male dominated, was the comics.
I collected comics when I was younger. I still got them upstairs in our attic. But the new comics don't really interest me. I've only bought one set, and that was to do with the Leia storyline that was linked to the Claudia Gray books. So I will only buy it if it's got a link and a purpose to it.
Hi, this is Samantha Aline, the first female stormtrooper in Star Wars, and you're listening to Fantha Tracks.
I was actually had this conversation yesterday with one of the friends from Star Wars because we were discussing comics, and I've never been into the Star Wars comics at all. I've had friends who are really into, so I've been able to read what they have been buying. So just especially to keep up with these important storylines, because you have some great comics and you have some great storylines. It's just that I grew up with the French-Belgian tradition of comics. For me, it's an art form. I don't really get the more realistic art form that you have from the US comics. For me, I want to have like Lucky Luke, Tintin, Asterix, and it's just an understanding of the art form that I don't
graphic
have.
novels, isn't that really what they're called?
Yeah.
They're called graphic novels.
The graphic novels. I'm into European comics. I'm not into graphic novels, but I do see them as very beautiful art form. For the Star Wars universe, you need to have a grasp of what they are talking about, because some really very important storylines have been taking place in the graphic novels.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying about the one I bought that one specifically because I knew I wanted to follow that storyline. I mean, if you look at it now, I mean, Ahsoka 2's coming out soon.
Yeah.
When's that due out?
Oh,
I'm not
I don't know.
I've seen Rosario.
But I saw it has wrapped, because I really saw, was it Rosario Dawson who were like signing posters to give out to the crew?
Yes, I saw that in our little Fantha Tracks group chat, and I was thinking, okay, that's looking good. So we've got lots of different things. Oh, and I'm just Googling it here now. Oh, expected to.
And with Ahsoka, as a female fan, we've been talking about this. Yeah, we've been talking about this previous as well. We are not big into Clone Wars and Ahsoka, but as a female fan, the importance of Ahsoka and Ashley Eckstein and her universe, you can't deny how important that has been to promote the female fans, and especially young girls. She is their gateway into the Star Wars universe.
The films aren't so much now, are they? No. We've had the latest trilogy, and there have been a lot of Reys.
Yeah, and that was in Celebration London 2016. I remember going into the main hall the first day, and for the first time you had Reys of all ages and a lot of very small Reys everywhere, and I felt like, wow. Even if I personally wasn't a huge fan of Rey as a character, you saw all these girls dressed as Rey, and you had some of them had these very beautiful costumes and meticulously made, and then you had some who had simply done her ponytails, but you saw Rey was everywhere, and I got so happy to see them because yes, you have them.
Brilliant, because my daughter was dressed up as Rey one day because that's what she wanted to do, and then we bought her. Do you remember the BB-8 dress?
Yeah.
She wore the BB-8 dress all day. Now she's into Fourth Wing. Don't go there. It's taking over people's lives in this house, and so she sort of started that generation, but then she didn't really latch on to it. She went down the Harry Potter line, which is fine. It was amazing and still is amazing. I love Harry Potter, and Harry Potter, thank you very much, J.K. Rowling, for getting my child to read. That is definitely the biggest bonus of Harry Potter for me, for her, was that she became a reader. But because there's no films anymore, the way in is a big competition to get fans in, let alone female fans, just fans.
It was this Easter when they re-released Revenge of the Sith for the 20th anniversary, and I went and saw it. And there weren't very many of us in our local cinema in a mid-sized Swedish town, so it wasn't a lot of us. But there was like me, and of course I go and see Star Wars. Then there were two men. They had seen the prequels as kids. And
Yeah.
there were two of them because they were talking about, oh, I remember, dear. Okay, so you saw the prequel. And then there were a group of women, and I would say they
Oh,
were
wow.
probably in their teens, meaning that you weren't born when this film was made.
Wow.
Yeah.
How
And
good's
they were
that?
the ones sitting, and I mean, they were sitting talking, and they were really into Anakin. Like I remember other
Oh,
teenage
well, he
girls.
did. He became a
Yeah.
viral TikTok meme at one point, didn't he?
Yeah, and they were so into it, and they were really, and I realized, yes, you must have grown up watching the sequels, and now
Yeah.
you are like a bit older, and you're so totally into Star Wars, and yes, you obviously have a crush on Anakin, and I totally understand you. I had friends who had crushes on Anakin
Yes.
years ago, or they probably still have crushes on Anakin, but I remember all the female fans going crazy over Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor, and who can
Yeah.
blame them?
For me, being a Star Wars fan has been an asset in my life. A real positive vibe thing that's gone on and still does go on. I'm very excited about the new stuff coming up, and I'm looking forward to it. There's been a bit of a lull, but I feel now there's bits now about to start to get me excited again about Star Wars. I'm looking forward to the new TV series. I'm looking forward to the new film that's coming out. Things seem to be getting that little bit of traction again.
And I think that is what's going on. I mean, after the sequels, the Star Wars universe has been like up in the air. Where are they heading? Which projects will actually go through? Which ones will be cancelled? And I'm hoping that now maybe they've found like, okay, this is the pace that we're heading in. This is how fast we can release stuff. This is where we can actually manage it.
Agreed.
And I'm hoping that they have found that path, because now I feel like they are in a good way, in a good place, with enough content coming out, but it's not an overload.
Oh, it's not an oversaturation of the market, is it? I mean, what it really is going to take is one TikTok to send it through the roof, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and whether that happens, I don't know whether that will happen or not.
For everything in one location, daily news, reviews, interviews, podcasts, video and social media feeds, bookmark fanthatracks.com for Star Wars news 24/7, 365.
Star Wars things in the future, what are you looking forward to? Have you got anything coming up?
I don't have anything really coming up. And and before, one more thing also before we leave it, when we were talking about Stockholm Comic Con, I thought it was really fun. Now, within the Five Affairs Legion in both Sweden and Norway, we have now several occasions where the members are a woman and her adult son. And it's like the mom has joined first, and then the sons have also gotten costumes. And they are trooping together.
Nice.
It's grown up. So I thought that we have a couple of those mother and sons pairings coming in.
That's lovely. That is really nice.
Yes.
It just adds another level to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What else have you got coming up then?
Coming up, not really. I mean, as I mentioned, my big Star Wars costuming project will be Mon Mothma next year. It will be a slow project because I want to make it perfect.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, my regular conventions are like one in the summer and then in the autumn, and maybe one a smaller local ones. And for the Star Wars, I mean, the thing I am most excited about is this Starfighter film.
Yeah. God, yeah.
Starfighters, X-Wings have always been my favorite. I'm not a huge fan of Ahsoka's, and so season 2, of course, I'm going to see it. I want to see it. We'll see how it all ends up. The same with the Mando and Grogu film. It will be great going and watching Star Wars on the big screen again. Possibly even, we are starting to get like a local group. Well, local. We live within like an hour driving distance from each other, so we can actually now, we have to make more local things. So I might go for a premiere troop for that if there is one.
Yeah.
And that will be really fun. But it's not like, I'm so hooked on what's going to happen. It will be, I'm not too invested in the whole Thrawn storyline, simply put.
Yeah.
But it will be nice to see the ending.
Starfighter is definitely floating my boat. I'd like to get to Echo Base because I am going to, and I know I keep saying this, but I am going to categorize my Star Wars collection and I am going to sell it simply because it's up in the roof space and it best go to people who want it. And that's just, I'm going to keep some sentimental bits, but that's going to be it. And as a glutton for punishment, I don't know whether I am or not, but I'm going back for round 2 of the Empire Strips Back.
Yes. Oh, you should.
I am going to take my husband to it, and fellow Fantha Trackers, Paul and Mark, are also going to take their partners to it. So we're going for a night out in Birmingham to see the Empire Strips Back. So that's my biggie Star Wars thing that I've got going. That will be hilarious. And I'm looking forward to putting on my X-Wing pilot ski helmet and off I go skiing. That's it for me really at the minute, just ticking along and getting it going. But I can't quite believe it. We've been chatting again for nearly an hour.
And for nearly an hour again. Yeah.
It is ridiculous.
Because it is nice to be able to chat with someone else. And as I started it with, I was talking about that I was at a party yesterday with people, quite a lot of people I've known through Star Wars, but it's so nice to also get to know people talking about other things. And now with you, Claire, we are talking about Star Wars, but we are talking in a way that you don't really talk. We don't have to really talk, oh, what's your favorite Star Wars film anymore?
Oh, God, no, absolutely not. You and I know where each other's coming from, don't we, Johanna, and all that, and all that sort of stuff. And I think for us, well, certainly for me, being my age, I am quite happy to own my Star Wars fandom, be proud of it. And people who come up to me and say, I've never watched a Star Wars film and seem really proud of it. And I just say to them, well, you don't know what you're missing. And they all sort of go, oh, that's not the answer that I was expecting. And I was like going, yeah, whatever. Or you're dead to me. That's the other one. I say, you're dead to me, or you don't know what you're missing. And your loss, but it's certainly my gain.
Hi, this is Ashley Eckstein, and you're listening to Fantha Tracks.
I've been a Star Wars fan, and I've been a very dedicated Star Wars fan for such a long time now. I usually describe my feelings around Star Wars like it's like an old marriage. And maybe not having this huge, first love, totally up in the air, love everything, getting excited. But I know where I have Star Wars, I know what I like, and I love what I love, and it will always be with me.
Yes, it's always there. It's omnipresent, in little bits of what we do, what we say, how we act, what's in our house. I'm looking here at, there's a montage photograph of us as a family over the years, and I can see there's Carrie Fisher, there's Marcus with one of the Ewoks, brilliant. There's me with the Han Solo and Carbonite when we went to the festival hall. So it's there.
And I realize I'm sitting here in my Suvio dress that I made for my...
I was thinking that you were in an outfit I've seen you in before.
I made it for the last celebration in London when I did my fashionista Suvio version, and then I donated the hat to the Suvium, of course. Then I had like a bit other bobs, but the base dress, and I'm wearing it today because it's such a nice, comfy house dress. It's I wear it to work. I actually wore it to work last week, and the comment, so you're wearing medieval inspired clothing. But like, this is not medieval. It's Star Wars,
medieval. But you think whatever you want.
Yes.
Can we just spare
whatever you want?
A moment's silence for Irregular Choice?
It broke my heart to the news that Irregular Choice have ended as a company.
Yeah, I think they are going to come back in some shape or form, but the Star Wars shoes that they have produced over the years have been incredible, and I have 3 pairs of them in my house.
I am so jealous of you that you have those shoes and boots. That's like my biggest regret as a female Star Wars fan, that I didn't buy Irregular Choice Star Wars line.
I remember in fact, it was the day that Fantha Tracks was released, was the same day as when the Irregular Choice Star Wars line went out. Yeah. And I remember Mark Newbold messaging me about get online, share this, share that. And I'm thinking, hold on a minute, I'm in the queue to buy myself a pair of lightsaber boots and a Han Solo and Princess Leia pair of shoes, and then the R2D2 ones. It's like, yeah, you just have to hang fire for a minute, please. Thank you very much. God bless you, a regular choice, and all that wore you, because you were an epic Star Wars fashion line. So,
and for those of you who have those shoes in your shoe lockers or wherever you have them, treasure them and know that there are so many of us who are so jealous of you because they were so
I'll make
gorgeous,
sure,
those
Johanna,
shoes.
the next time I see you, I'll have mine on.
And it's a good sign we don't have the same shoe size, so you don't have to worry about me sneaking up and stealing them from you.
I was thinking that. I was thinking, what size is she? Yeah, nowhere near me.
No, you have bigger shoes than me.
Nowhere near me. Big claw toppers that I am.
Yeah.
But look, for now, I'm going to take a photograph of us. I'm going to post it online so that people can see us. Look. Oh, God, look at me. Look the state of me. Smile.
I blame the camera for my tired look.
I blame the alcohol, Johanna, to be fair. Well, look, thank you ever so much for listening to us, and until the next time, you take care, everybody. And if you have any comments or any questions or anything that you want to say, and my apologies go to those people that I met last weekend. I wish I could remember your names, but I really was quite drunk. So I apologise for that. But yeah, thanks ever so much for listening. And Johanna, thanks for being part of it again with me.
Yes, and thank you, Claire, for having someone to ramble with.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, until next time, people.
Email radio@fanthatracks.com. Head to links at fanthatracks.com for links to our social media feeds, Fantha Tracks TV and Fantha Tracks Radio. Thanks to James Sample for the Fantha Tracks intro and our Planet Leia opening music, and Mark Daniel and Vanessa Marshall for our voiceovers. New episodes arrive on Fridays at 7 p.m. UK time as part of the Friday night rotation, and our weekly video show Good Morning Tatooine goes live Sundays at 9 p.m. UK time on Facebook and YouTube. And remember, Fantha Tracks is absolutely free, so it costs nothing to stay updated on all the latest Star Wars news.
We love you.
You know.
Coming up next on Fantha Tracks Radio, it's Making Tracks.